just done this for me on Mother's Day. He sent it to me when he was in prison. It's got a butterfly, flowers on it. He knows I like butterflies. He put down, Mom, Happy Mother's Day. I love you and miss you so much. You will always be the best mom in the world. You have always been there for all of us, no matter what we have done. You're always by our side, right or wrong. I love you so much, and I'm so sorry for all I have put you through. I hope you have a good day. Happy Mother's Day, with love always, Bass. Every letter that he's wrote me for holidays, I kept them all. He never said this stuff in person to me. It just breaks my heart to see this one, and then look at this one, and it's the same person. I love them both, but I love this one more. I know what he did was bad. He needed to be punished. I admit, he needed to be punished for what he done. But I can't help it. I love him, and I always will love him. And I know a lot of people has walked away, but I can't do that. I can't close that door. I wish I could, but I tried, but I can't. He's a part of me, and I can't help it. That's the way I feel. And that's something no one can take away from me as long as I breathe. I love him, and I know he loves me. That was a good old age. He's a good baby. He looks so sweet and innocent. And now that he's grown up, it's not like that no more. And in a way, I wish it could go back in time and be better, a better life for all of us. He was my miracle baby. I really don't know if I really told him about what happened, about the birth. When I had him, I was having trouble. I had him a week early. I didn't hear him cry. And I asked the doctor, I said, is anything wrong with my baby? He said, hold on, ma'am. He handed me my son. His face was so purple because the navel cord was wrapped around his neck so tight. And the doctor said it's a good thing I did have him a week early, because if I didn't, he would have died. And to me, in my heart, I think God let me have him for some reason. And but I didn't want it to turn out this way. I was hoping that he would grow up and be a good man, have a good job, have his own family. That's what I was hoping. But it didn't happen. Things just didn't work out that way. Ever since he was a little boy, he acts like he was always tough. Like nobody can take control of him. That's the way he's always been. He was like clumsy when he was little. And I constantly had to take him to the hospital.
I just turned around. The next thing I know, he's on the ground crying.
All right, let's get you checked out, okay?
When we went to the doctor, he didn't want the doctor to touch him. He stood back in a corner, wouldn't budge. If he didn't get his way, you could see it. You could see it in his eyes. It's like he couldn't get along with no one. He wanted his way or no way. That's the way he was. One doctor asked me, why does he act that way for? I said, sir, I don't know why he's not letting you check him out. I don't understand.
Maybe I just need to talk to him alone for a minute.
And then I said, could you step out of the room for a minute? He said, yeah.
Honey, what's wrong?
And that's when I talked about it best. It's just a checkup, honey. Let the doctor check you out.
No, I don't want him touching me. He just wants to make sure you're okay.
Bass said, I'm not being checked. Well, he said, I'll walk out.
I don't care. If he comes back, I'll leave.
I said, you're 7 years old and you tell me you're going to walk out. There's nothing wrong with this. Let the doctor check you out.
I said no. Leave me alone.
So he's had a... As a child, he really showed no emotions to us. And that kind of worried me. I have 2 boys and a daughter. And him and his brother, they play with Hot Wheels a lot out there in the driveway. And one morning, I went out back and I seen something like ashes or something. And I seen this pile of like pieces of metal. And I could tell they was Hot Wheels. And I thought, what's wrong here? I said, you 2 boys come out here for a minute. And they came out and said, what's this going on right here? They said, oh, we just thought we'd get a little bit of gas off Daddy's truck and burn the Hot Wheels. What are y'all doing that for? Oh, we just want to see, see them mailed or whatever. I said, well, I'm going to tell your dad about this when he comes home. And you're probably going to get punished for what you did. When he came home that night from work, I told him what they'd been doing, and that's when he bent him over. He would whoop him if they did something wrong. But Bass, he always acted like he's so tough, like he was made out of iron. But he wouldn't cry. He wouldn't show no feelings. And that had me concerned, him not showing no tears, His dad whooped him. Bass just walked away. It's like he didn't care. It's like he just walks away from his problems or walks away from what punishment that we give him. And it's like he don't listen to us. It's like he wants to do things his way. And that bothered me. He had a hard time following rules. It's like he wants to be in trouble all the time. He got in trouble in school, mostly for fighting. I don't know how many times I got phone calls in there to come and pick him up. One time, the principal asked me why I come down there to show me what Bass has done. I couldn't believe my eyes. The windows was broke out. The floors was a mess.
Bass! What have you done?
She said he got into a fight with another boy. And then she told him, I'm going to call your mother. So I guess he got mad about that part. That's when he took his hand and slung everything off her desk, raised up and kicked it out. And I said, Bass, you did all of this. You broke this window out. It's like he didn't care. It's like, so what? I did it, so what? And she said, we can't put up with this. I said, ma'am, I'm so sorry what my son has done. She said, it's not your fault. She said, Bass needs some help.
Bass, you can't keep acting this way. I just don't understand. Why are you doing this?
I said, you act like you're mad at the world for some reason. I said, I don't know what's going on with you, but this has got to stop. He just kind of looked at me and gave me that sneaky grin that he always gives me. And I said, so I'm not getting through to you, right? I'm wasting my breath sitting here talking to you, right? Because you're not listening to a word I'm saying.
Are you even listening to me at all?
I could see that he was going down the wrong path.
I'm just so sorry. I just don't know what's going on with him.
It's like he always wanted to do something bad. There's some things he did good, don't get me wrong, but it's like it's more evil in him than it was good.
Let's go.
My husband's sister said There's a place up here in the country. It's for sale. Would y'all be interested in it? Then after we moved up there, that's when stuff started happening. That's a good picture of him, smiling. It breaks my heart, seeing the smile on his face, and that I don't see now. The smile just gets me. He didn't smile that much, and I look at his face, it just breaks my heart. I didn't have no worries back then when he was this age. And this picture, I really don't like to look at it because it makes me very sad. And I look at it and he don't have a smile. And he had an attitude that I didn't like at all. I look at his face there. He's like two different personalities.
Which face did you see more often?
This one. This one right here. I keep looking at this one. I look at his eyes. His eyes is different. I can tell something's going on. You can tell. There's a lot of signs that maybe I didn't want to face. Different things that he did that maybe I didn't want to really face reality. Years, I see more and more violent in him. Every place we moved, he would get into fights. I couldn't understand why he wanted to be so violent towards everybody. And I remember this one time, I seen Bass took his ball bat out, and I said, Bass, what are you going to do with that ball bat?
Just going out to play ball.
And something just told me something else is going on here. I can tell by the way he was carrying the ball bat out of the house, he wasn't going to play ball. He'd taken his hand and like holding it real tight, like he was just squeezing that ball bat. I could tell he's anchoring somebody.
Bass, is everything okay?
Everything's fine.
And I knew right then, I better do something real quick and real fast before something really terrible happened. So I called my brother. He lived right around.
Hey, it's Vicky.
I said, will you please follow Bass? Don't let him see you, but follow him. Well, he was going to use the ball bat on this boy. Well, here he was, chasing his boy around his yard, and I thought, oh my God, if he hit that boy in the head, he probably would have killed him. And thank God that my brother tackled him and put him down on the ground and hold him. When he come home, I said, Bass, why were you chasing that guy around with the baseball? I said, was you really going to hit him? I said, if you did, you're going to do some terrible damage. He wouldn't give me no answer. And he did that a lot. He wouldn't give me no answer. I couldn't figure him out sometimes. He had me puzzled. Me and my husband would sit up for hours trying to figure out what to do, how to do it, because we didn't know what was going to happen next. I took him to a therapist, 2 or 3 therapists, and he wouldn't talk to them. He would say, I don't want to go, it ain't going to do no good, but y'all take me, y'all wasting your time. One place wanted to put him on medication, he denied it. He didn't want to take it. He said, I don't need no medication. And I took him to this place for troubled kids, but it did not help. They let Bass sit out in the hall, and the doctor said, well, I never seen a child just sit there and just look at you. I said, what did he do? She said, he just stared at me and crossed his arms and wouldn't say nothing.
I'm afraid there's nothing we can do for him.
I just don't know what else to do.
And I said, do you have any idea why he's doing this? She said, I really don't have a clue.
Well, there's one more option I can give you.
And she said, this is what we could do. She said, we could take him out of your hands. I said, what do you mean by that? She said, we can turn him over to the state, and you and your husband can sign the papers, and you can walk away. I said, you know something, ma'am? I'm not signing nothing. I said, that's my son. I know he's doing wrong, but you think I'm just going to sign a piece of paper and let you take my son?
We'll figure something out.
I said, come on, Bass, we're leaving. We walked out, and I did not tell him that I could have gave him away to the state. That'd been so easy for us to sign that paper and just forget about it. But I couldn't do it. As a mother, I love him, and I wasn't going to do that. But it makes me feel so bad, the things he has done, that maybe if we did do that, things today would be different. Every time we turned around, something was going on with Bass, and me and my husband had to think how to deal with it before we got out of hand. One day, he stole his dad's pistol. The police just came to our door, and he said, ma'am, somebody called, said that Bass had a pistol. Bass threw it on the ground in somebody's yard. And I said, let me get my husband. The police asked my husband, did you have this pistol out in the open? He said, no, sir, I didn't have this pistol out in the open. He said, Bass just found it in the closet, and he took it. We didn't know he took it. And I looked at Bass, he was sitting on the couch. Police asked him, you know, what was you going to do? You know, what are you going to do? And he just said, it's none of your business, like that. I said, don't talk to him like that. You know, don't have that attitude.
Bass, answer the question.
Doesn't matter.
So he gets up, and the officer said, no, you need to sit down and listen to me. And I asked him, what were you going to do with that pistol?
I told you I wasn't going to do nothing.
You know, I just carried it around, but it didn't have no bullets in it.
This has got to
Get into trouble. I said, it needs to stop. But it's like he didn't care. It's like he had no feelings. Then my husband said, well, you know something, Vicki? You think this is bad? This is going to get worse. The older Bass gets, it's going to get worse, Vicki. You better prepare and be ready for this, because it's going to get worse than this. And I looked at him, I said, surely not. He's Vicki, it's going to get worse. And it did. Well, he's not small in that picture either. Why should that surprise me? When they took it, and I got it developed and looked at it, and I looked close to his face, and he does. He looks angry for some reason, and I don't know why. It puzzles me. He seems like he's angry all the time. I did see some evil in him a lot when he was getting older as a man. It's like he had a different personality. I could see it in his eyes. It seemed like he had a lot of anger in him.
Bass, what are you doing?
One time, he wanted my truck.
I need the keys to the truck.
I said, you're not getting my keys. You're not driving my truck. He said, well, if you don't let me drive your truck, I'm going to set it on fire.
Excuse me?
You heard what I said.
I looked at him like I was just shocked. I said, do what? He said, I'm going to put a towel in your gas tank and start it on fire, and I'm going to let your truck blow up. I didn't think that he ain't going to do that. Well, I got fooled. He kind of walked off. I could tell he got kind of mad. It's like he don't want to take no for an answer. He put a piece of rag down there, then he started on the rag on fire, and Bass just stood back and watched, like, this ain't no big deal. So my other son went up there, and he pulled it out real quick, he stamped on it. So I took my husband and my son, the whole Bass down on the ground, so I called the law, because we didn't know what he's going to do next. The cops came, and he said, "So you want us to take him?" I said, "Yes." I said, "He just tried to blow up my truck." I said, "Yes, I want him in jail." I said, "Bass, I have had enough of this." I said, "What do you expect us to do? Just step back and let you do whatever you want? That's not going to happen." And he just looked at me, just shakes his shoulder like, "So what?" You know. And I just looked at him like, "God, that can't be my son there." You know, that's why I keep saying in the back of my head that can't be my son doing that. So they handcuffed Bass and they took him to jail. My husband said, "Vicki, we need to put all the knives away." He said, "Something's going on with Bass." And he said, "I just got a bad feeling." He said, "I'm going to take all the knives out of the kitchen."
What?
He's dangerous, and you know he's dangerous.
I said, "Bass is not going to hurt us." I said, "I know in my heart he's not going to hurt me, and I don't think he would hurt you." He said, "We don't know what he thinks anymore, so this is the reason why I'm doing this." He said, "Vicki, please open your eyes and realize what's going on here. We have tried. What else can we do as parents?" And my oldest son said, "Mom, you need to get him out of this house before something really bad happens." And I said, "He's right. Maybe I just didn't want to admit it to myself." And I kept thinking, "Nah, Bass wouldn't do something like that to us." I guess I really didn't want to face that Bass could do something to me or to his dad.
Why do you think you could act like this? I'll do whatever the hell I want.
I was sitting in the kitchen with my husband. They was arguing back and forth.
You'll do what I tell you to do. You understand?
Bass said something about, "If you open your mouth again, I'm going to knock you down."
Just shut up!
And I said, "Bass, don't put your hands on your daddy." Bass just took his fist and he hit him so hard. When he hit his daddy, that's really what opened my eyes. If he could do something like that to his own father, it's like you don't care what you do, you don't care who you hurt, and I said, "I can't believe that you hit your daddy."
Bass, what did you do?
I said, "Bass, if you even act like you're going to hit me, you're going to be gone for a long time. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm calling the law. You're going to go to jail." That's when I called 911 and told him I need an officer out there. And the cops came and got him. I forgot how long he stayed in jail, but they did arrest him. And I said, I don't want him back here. I told him, "I want you out of my home. I think it's time for you to move out. We can't handle this no more." It's killing me every day. Why would you do something so terrible? The older he got, it seemed like the worse he got. He stayed with some friends, and it kind of gave me relief because me and my husband slept better. But I still worried when he moved out. I still worried, what he's doing. He would come by and visit after work sometimes, and he would come home angry or something like that. And I would say, "What's the matter?" He said, "I don't want to talk about it." He got locked up a lot of times in jail for different things, outrunning the cop and stealing and stuff like that. He was in and out of jail so much, it's like every time you turn around, there was a knock on the door. Sure enough, there'd be a police sitting there. "You know where your son is?" I was just scared he'd do something really terrible. I just had that feeling. First girl, her name's Sabrina. I remember it like it was yesterday. It was on Thanksgiving Day. We was getting ready to go down to my mom's for Thanksgiving dinner. Bass brought her out to the house, and she seemed nice. She sat down and talked to us for a little bit.
You're welcome anytime. Don't be a stranger. You hear?
I really don't know that much about her, just what little bit she told me. I asked her, did she have any kids? She said, I got a daughter. And she was like 5 or 6 years old. They seemed like they got along pretty good. That morning, they was laughing and talking and stuff. I just met her that one time, and that's the last time I seen her was on Thanksgiving. I'll never forget that day either. Me and my husband, we usually watch the news in the afternoon on TV, and we sit on the couch. And that's when her picture came up, says she was missing. And they showed her face. And my husband looked and said, ain't that girl that was here? And I looked real close, and I said, that is her, ain't it? And he said, what did Bass tell you about her? I remember asking Bass one night, Bass, are you seeing Sabrina anymore? He said, no. He said, me and her, we didn't click or something. My husband, he said, I think something's fishy. Well, I hope you're wrong. And that's all we said to one another. And I didn't think no more about it, you know. Bass came over. Bass told us, if anybody comes to your house, Mom, you don't have to answer nothing.
Bass, what are you talking about?
And I said, well, who's going to come to the house? He said, probably police going to come in and maybe want to ask you about Sabrina.
Don't say anything about it.
Honey, I don't even know what happened. What would I say?
I said, what do you mean? He said, I haven't done nothing, so don't tell him nothing.
Where did she go? Did something happen?
I said, babe, do you know something that we don't know? And he said, no, I don't know nothing. I don't know where she's at.
It doesn't matter, Mom. Just promise me. If anybody comes asking about Sabrina, you don't tell them nothing.
And I said, okay. That's kind of weird, him saying that. I guess what it is, as a mother, I didn't want to see the evil of Bass. Sure enough, there was 2 detectives who came out to the house. They asked if they could come in. I said, what is this about? And they said, it's about Sabrina Bond.
Do you recall the last time you seen Sabrina?
It was on Thanksgiving Day. Bass introduced me to her, and I said hi to her. And that's the last that we think of her, wasn't it? I think it was. And they was asking us what time and all that, and we told them. And that's all we knew. We still didn't had it in our mind that Bass could have something to do with this.
When you talked to Bass, has he heard anything since then about her, about what might have happened or anything like that?
No, never said anything.
We asked Bass about that girl, and he said, I don't know much about her. You know, but we mentioned it to him.
I didn't want to believe that my son would do something like that. And I said, why do you want to ask us this question? He said, we just need some answer for her family. I said, so what are you saying? You think my son is involved in this? He said, well, I can't say anything right now. We just want some answer from you and your husband.
Did you hear anything? Anything that might give us an idea of where to look for her, or what may have happened to her, or anything like that? Give one of us a call, see if we can find out what happened to her.
I know my son wouldn't do something like that. And I said, will you please leave? And they left, and they never came back. Years went by, and the girl still wasn't found. And I kept saying in my mind, I hope to God they find her, and I hope she's safe. But she wasn't. Deputy there. It wasn't 3 days after he got out, he moved in with her. She's very pretty, very nice looking lady. She had a good personality. I mean, she's sweet as could be. But she's got 2 little girls, and she had a good job. And I thought, God, maybe he found somebody that loves him, you know, who he is. He said that, you know, they're going to get married in June. I said, Bass, I think this is too fast. He said, Mom, I know what I'm doing. I said, okay. They seemed like they was doing good, I mean, for a while there, and then all of a sudden, it seemed like he snapped or something. I was still in prison. In a way, He's like a stranger in this photo. I know that's my son, but it's not my son. It makes me very sad because he's going to be in prison for the rest of his life. If I died before him, he knows I know what he has done. But me and him never talked about it. I like to talk about it before I go, but I don't know if I have that chance. Me and my husband was in town, and my sister-in-law called me on my cell phone. And that's when she said, "Vicki, you need to get home." I said, "Why?" She said, "I'm just telling you, you need to get home right now. I don't want to tell you this on the phone. Something has happened." And then we rushed out to the house. I thought something happened to Bass. That's what I really thought. She said, "Cut the news on and you'll see what's going on." So I cut the news on, and they kept showing it over and over and over. Bass killed Bree. I said, "Oh God, tell me you're lying about this. Tell me this is not true." The state troopers chased him on the interstate, and that's when the vehicle got on fire, and he had to surrender. He told the state trooper, he said, "Get someone out to her house." He said, "Her girls is in the bed asleep, and I don't want them to wake up to see what shape their mother's in." So they got someone out there real fast to get the girls out of the house. He had a blanket over her on the couch. I got two different stories. I got one that he strangled her to death, and then I heard that he beat her to death. And maybe that's the reason why I want to see her the way she was. Take someone's life for no reason. And that makes me very, very sad that Bass would do something like that. And she loved him. She had two daughters. Now they don't have a mother or father, either one. And their grandmother's raising them. I remember what her mother said in the courtroom about my son. And she said Bass Webb deserves to die. And at the time, I didn't like what she said. And then I sat down and thought, somebody killed my daughter like this for no reason. I would feel the same way. Wanted to walk and talk to her, but I was scared to because she's so upset. It just tore us apart to find out that our son was capable of killing someone. And I said, my God, what else has he done that we don't know of? They had to talk with Bass's cousin, John. Said, we'll make you a deal if you tell us where her body is. John told the police that Bass is the one that strangled Sabrina. And yes, I did help her with the body. When they found her body and digged it up, I found out that she was strangled to death. How could you live with yourself all them years knowing what this girl's body was, and she had a daughter out here praying that her mother would walk in that door anytime, thinking she's alive, and she wasn't. It was just a nightmare. I can't imagine what this girl went through when Bass strangled her. I can't imagine what's going through her mind. She had a life. That should never happen. She didn't do nothing wrong to deserve that. She lost her life over something that I don't understand. And I don't know if I ever will find the answer for this before I pass away.
The arraignment.
I have 8 further scenes where I have to see you for one further second. Set for the next week.
that my son would do something like that. It's like a different person sitting there. They had him put a mask on. It was really scary to see that mask over his face. So they put that over his head for a very long time when he faced the judge because they didn't know what he would do next. That's when I talked to him, when they sentenced him. I asked the judge, can I talk to him for a few minutes in the courtroom? I couldn't touch him. I said, I wish I could hug you, but they told me I can't. But I said, look at me. You know I love you, don't you? He says, yeah, I know you love me. I know you've been through a lot. He said, I know I put you through a lot. He said, I'm sorry what I have done. He said, you don't deserve this. I broke down and told him, I don't know if I can handle this or not. And, I'm sorry. I just been through so much. I mean, I know it's been a long time since this happened. And, it seemed like it was yesterday to me. I had to go to the hospital for 2 weeks because I had a nervous breakdown. And I had to talk to a therapist about what happened. I said, you know, I feel like I failed you as a mother. And my husband said, you did all you can do. It's not your fault. But still, I still feel guilty. It's just hard. I sit back and think of different things. I've seen things, and I should know something was going to happen one day because the way his anger was. I should know that. But as a mother, I guess I didn't want to really accept it. He's paying for it for the rest of his life. In a way, I am too, because you broke my heart. It hurts me every day, and he knows it does, but I try to hold it in. I've never been the same. But I try to keep a fake smile, you know, I just grin and go on, you know. I want people to know that I'm not going to walk away from him. I know what he did was bad, but still he's my son, and I still love him as a mother. I can't help it. I still love him with all my heart, and I always will.